I see that Helper B has completed their task. Now that makes me fairly happy. We've nearly finished this field, so just while I discuss the possibilities of what to do next, I will finish this field. Then we'll go and sell our cotton just to try and get some positive money back in the bank. We've dropped below 250 bucks, 250 monies, shall we say. So, yeah, need to get that cotton sold, see what sort of yield we had. The options are to take it straight down in the cotton harvester. I don't think that's really okay. It's very wide, it takes up both carriageways of the road, and it's probably barely road legal, if at all. I shouldn't even have driven it here from the shop, I don't think. So, I will unload it onto our runner flatbed trailer and take it down to the spinnery that way. This looks like our last furrow. It might need another. It's hard to tell. Let's go down the outside and see what we can catch. I don't think that's quite... No, we're going to need another pass there. So, we'll get that done. Just back up here, and then there's a couple of other bits that I missed on my amateur ploughing. We can see one there, just at the top centre. There we go. Let's do this little bit while we're here. I don't like bits that I missed. Back up for our missing furrow. I don't think I missed too much at the beginning. When we've raised some money again, I think for the rest of today, game day, I will probably do some contracts. I need to raise some money to hire or buy the equipment to lime the big field here. So yes, I think I will probably contract out the rest of today, and we will leave that for Time-Lapse Tuesday, whenever that is. I've dropped completely off schedule, which is vaguely upsetting, but life is life, and sometimes gets in the way of make-believe video games. Whilst I enjoy this, I'm under no illusions that I'm an actual farmer. So here was a little strip here. And there's another little strip here as well. Good-o. So now we didn't use all of our fertilizer, we didn't use all of our seed either, so that is fairly nice. I'm going to refill the seed, just in case that gets rid of this bag that's currently sat in the middle of the yard. It does not, but never mind, I will. Probably shift that this evening game time, when we do a little yard tidy up. For now, let's pop you back in there. Thank you very much, Mr. Fiat. You've done very well there. See what... let's get our trailer ready to receive. We're going to need one of the bigger tractors for that. Then we can unload the cotton harvester. Make sure that we get it back to the shop as quickly as we can. Okay. What we don't want to do is pay more charges than absolutely necessary, given our current bank balance, although the cotton inside it should provide us with quite a... how are we lined up there? Yes, I think I'll unload this and try and do something clever. If it works, it works. Alright. And if it doesn't, I'll look a bit silly, but it's easily fixable. There we go. What I'm going to try and do is drop the cotton bale straight from the harvester here onto the flatbed trailer. This will either work and I'll look a genius, or it won't work and I might look slightly silly. Hopefully only slightly. So it's not an insignificant bale. The hard part is judging the unload point. Let's try that. We see we got 9,700 litres anyway. You can sell that on the only place that... Ooh, a lot of red on the sales today. Cotton there is on the far right. It's £4,000 for 1,000 litres, so that should certainly cover our costs. 4,000 lots of 9,000 is quite a lot of money indeed, so let's get that down there while the price is good. Let's try and unload that and see if that drops it straight onto... That might work, or it might not. Let's see. It did. It's going to give us a wide load, but well, wasn't that? I was worried I was going to look very, very silly. As it turns out, I didn't look too silly. Okay, so let's give the guys a quick call and let them know they can have their cotton harvester back. We managed to stay there. Well, there we go. Wasn't that fortuitous? Let's get that loaded up and head on down to the spinnery, which is in town. I was going to see if we could do some stuff beforehand, but I don't know if that'll quite hold the safety. No. So let's just make sure we don't do any sudden turns and have our bale fall off, because that would be nothing short of disastrous. So, effectively, oh, that's the last of the wages going out. I'm going to drive down. If, for some reason, it turns out that I just cut to the spinnery to unload our bale, that means I drove in a little bit of a silly fashion. Let's put our beacon on, if nothing else, and dropped the bale. And that isn't really something that is the great idea. So we've got our hazards going there. The spinnery is in town. Let's try and not catch this on any of the trees nearby. I don't think it's too wide, but I am going to try and avoid the rail bridge. There we go, taking it slow, taking it steady. Let's go this way, I think. In fact, there's a rail bridge both ways, so it doesn't really matter. Whoa. I think the most fun bit is going to be trying to get round this roundabout without knocking signs over. Too late. Sorry. Sorry. And this is why I'm only an amateur farmer at this game. Although, come for the farming, stay for the slapstick. There we go. That sign's going way down the road. Hopefully it should just fall. Oh dear. Excuse my cough, but that was vaguely funny. Okay, this is a tight turn, so let's take it nice and slow. As the spinnery is just up here on the left, I seem to think. Let's just make that map a bit bigger. Yes. Not on the left, it's in on the right, but there is the building, that is for sure. There's a little way in here. My only hope is we don't have to unload the trailer. Particularly, hopefully, it will just sell as we drive past. I think we can make it through there as long as we go slowly. See, this trailer, whilst it was expensive, is starting to be well worth it. Here we go, around here. I can't see any huge overhangs going on. I think we're okay. And here is the sell point. Hopefully we can just drop it off. Or do I need to drop the trailer? Oh, no, it's sold. And it's sold for 39,000 monies. Well, there we go. We made certainly enough to cover what we needed to... What are you doing? Yeah, we certainly made enough to cover what we needed to in terms of the 25-odd thousand to hire. So I think the first thing we need to do when we get home is call the bank manager, tell him he can have that temporary loan cancelled that helped us buy our cedar. And that might be enough to grab us some lime. So let's head back up this way. In fact, we can do that at the shop. We can call him from the shop and tell him what's going on. Since we're going back past it just here, it would be rude not to. I can leave our flatbed here if I... Oh yes, I will leave our flatbed here because at some point I'm going to need to take that seed home. So let's turn off. I did get out. I could hear an engine running. Must be a generator somewhere. Okay, let's pop over to the bank here. There we go. We can repay that £10,000 loan. Thank you very much for your assistance, my lovely, lovely bank manager man. Okay. So, we needed to lime that field before we can cultivate it. So, how much is the lime itself? The lime itself is 450 for 2,000. I think we're going to need 2 of those, but anyway, right. So, but that was not too expensive, particularly. That's only 900. So that will leave us 29 to play with. So let's see how much our fertilizer technologies are. That first one does not take lime. You can see bottom center, that one is just for fertilizer. This one will take lime. It's 39, which is more than we have. So I think for now we will just hire it. Yes, let's just lease it. But whilst we're here, I'll buy the lime. Let's get 2 of those. For now. And go and get started on the field. It's going to be an expensive couple of days whilst we get ourselves set up. There we go. Not quite sure we're close enough to the lime to actually refill. It was asking me to, but I don't want to put seed in it by accident. Because why would you? There we go. It's almost like I've learned to reverse these things. And I have learned to reverse it slowly. I think I'm just going to take 1 of those for now, in case 2,000 is enough. It might just be enough to cover that field. But only just. So, let's trundle along, start that working. And then, I think in terms of that video, that will probably do us. It's nice to be solvent again, having sold all that cotton. It was expensive to do, but we did make ourselves about 15,000 on the field itself, so tit for tat. But we'll keep that ticking over. I'm not sure what I'll put in there next, but I will have a think about that. My next thought is probably for the next video. For now, I'm going to keep that one on the down low, as I believe the kids are saying these days. Okay, so here we are, ready to lime. Turn it on, and let's get going. There we go, that's nice and easy to see, isn't it? I often had problems seeing what I'd done and what I hadn't. I hope those birds aren't eating all our seeds. How rude. So, yes. Right, we'll pick this up again in Time-Lapse Tuesday, or whatever day I deign to release it, because stuff. And thank you very much for watching today. If you've enjoyed, or, well, even if you haven't, do please leave a like and a subscribe if you wish. Every little helps and all that stuff. Comments are gratefully received as always. That was our lime finished, was it? Well, I'm going to need a lot more than I bought, so I'm going to go fill this up at a lime station. But I'll pick that journey up in Time-Lapse Tuesday. Thank you very much for watching. I will catch you later. Bye-bye!